So to create the cap space that they've used to sign Travarius, although that's not even freaking official yet, the Travarius Ward thing.
It's not.
So to create this cap space, the Niners restructured George Kittle and Arik Armstead. I haven't seen what that looks like, but I assume it means essentially a bit of an extension, a little bit more job security which is great. It's just that I've been saying the Niners should trade George Kittle, so I guess I disagree. What do you think of these two moves?
The Armstead one doesn't bother me, just because he doesn't miss games.
He doesn't.
He doesn't miss games, and now if the defense is performing and he's inside, he's been playing well. The one that concerns me is Kittle, and I love George Kittle. I don't want to trade him, anything like that, but he does miss games. And the cap hit eventually down the line, because all you're doing when you restructure, for anybody who is unaware, is you're just kicking the can down the road. The money doesn't get it doesn't evaporate. You have to just
Word is bond.
Word is bond. Word is bond. Word is bond. But
I'm sorry.
So no, you're good. You're good. So with the Armstead thing, it doesn't really bother me too much because he was so productive this year. He plays all of his games, and he's going to be here because nobody's going to take that contract on, right? But Kittle, man, it's just I need you to play more games. And, who knows how that's going to look in a few years. I love George Kittle, the player. I would never think about trading him. I just want to make sure that, again, I say this on record for some reason, just because I'm on here with, it is you. It is. It's not. It's just him. It's just him.
Because I know sometimes if you just come on a show with me, people will be like, "Oh, you and Grant." It's like,
dude,
well, actually,
I did one on my show, and the guy's like, you and Grant started the trade Kittle narrative. I was like, me? I was like, I've said some dumb shit all the time. I was like, I've never said trade Kittle, man. What the hell? Like,
that's the smartest thing I've ever said. But I'm just saying it happens a lot where like people get caught in the crossfire. Like I say something and my co-host, like we're here having a discussion. The point is not to agree on everything.
And most of the time we disagree. That's why I'm just like, now tell me you've never watched this but without telling me you watched it. Like you have literally no idea how this works. But with the Armstead thing, I like it. It's a little bit better. And I think that the 49ers were put in a position where they had to do that. And why did they have to do that? All comes back to Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. It's always him, right? It's always the reason the 49ers had to make a move like that. It was not optimal. It's not what they wanted to do. Obviously, they probably thought that they would have already had something, but push came to shove, and you had to, by league rules, be under the cap at 4 o'clock, which is why Travarius Ward has not officially been introduced. But you got a chance to look at your new special teams ace, man. Take a look at him. And did you guys know that he used to work out with George Kittle? That is a huge thing, man. You 49 fans need to be excited.
And like what the biggest Niners shills, I don't want to name them by name because I don't like giving publicity to other people. But what the biggest Niners shills will say is that they created the cap space they needed. They got the players they wanted.
It was a rule. It wasn't something that they were just like, hey, let's create cap space. You have to comply with the NFL. Yeah. You were like,
but it's you can't tell me that this team is actually all in to win the Super Bowl this year with $27 million tied up into Jimmy Garoppolo. Like you can't tell me. Like you are still in flux. As long as that dude and his contract is on your books, you're in flux.
And no pressure, guys. But if you don't do this fast enough, you won't be even after you clear the space off, unless you make a trade, which is completely out of your thing. I know Emmanuel Sanders,
and that's why I feel that Jimmy Garoppolo is holding the Niners back, even though the Niners wouldn't know what to do with cap space if they ever freaking had it. Like the clock is ticking. If you do want to win the Super Bowl this year and you're this close, you're like a few plays away, the time is now. Have the epiphany, make the move, do the right thing. Spike Lee would. Can you?
He definitely would.
He definitely would.
But what you're forgetting is D4's coming back. They're going to sign Jason Verrett again. All of these things are about to happen, and they're about to be locked right back in. Okay, guys? So, like, don't fear. Like, just trust the process.
And if you don't believe it, here's a spreadsheet proving it. All right. I couldn't help it. I love the spreadsheet, man. I never use a spreadsheet, but I was an English major. I'm going to get an A on this report. For me,
proficient in Excel was something I used to lie about on my resume, but I don't have to work anymore. So
nice. I bet it's going to come back. I bet it's going to be comeback toward 3.0.
Revenge toward 3.0. Accept it, man. The revenge of the avenging of the revenge.
You see that one dude who I'm not going to mention put out the run it back thing with the Jimmy Garoppolo picture on Twitter yesterday? That was comedy. So funny. There
is a subset of 49ers Twitter that wants to see that happen just to see people melt down. Just melt down. And then there's a subset of them that actually really believe that that's the move.
I rock with the first one. The second one is like, I want to troll you.
All right, look, Grant, let's think big picture, right? Because you're a big picture idea guy, right?
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo pulls up to training camp, and here we go again. And we don't know. And if Jimmy
I already
Garoppolo's
know
there,
I'm rooting for this. You already know I want that, man. Another year of quarterback controversy. Really, it would be great. Once he gets traded, it's like a couple of days, and then it's over. I'm a little scared about that, actually. What do I do? How do you think Shanahan would use Cordell Patterson and Debo duo if signed? I think he could figure it out. That would be so cool.
He would.
It would be so cool.
Triple reverse option.
You could go empty back. You would never know which guy's going to get motion into the backfield. It'd be so cool. But the show's over, guys. You only get an hour of me and Jason.
Well, one more thing. Here's why you signed Jarvis Landry, backup quarterback too. Also, as well, that guy throws him. He throws him down the field.
Debo's the backup. He could be third string. Then Sudfeld comes in.